Hello, everyone. Welcome to Clasital's IELTS Listening multiple choice question and answer session. Today, we are going to solve some multiple choice questions. Namaste. Okay, let me share my screen so we can start slowly. Let me clean my screen. Is it from my camera or something? I'm not sure. Where is it here? Yes. In IELTS listening, when we say multiple choice questions, you might have chance to see two types of multiple choice questions. First one can be choose two letters A to E or A to F like this one. Oopsie. It says choose two letter A to E. Or you are going to see like straightforward usual choose the correct letter A, B, or C multiple choice questions. So there are two types of multiple choice questions. So how we are going to solve the multiple choice questions? For oopsie. uh-uh I am shocked this is not the correct one. Okay, it's okay. Let me tell it to you verbally. Let me go over them like this. When you're first, you will be given time to look at the questions before the audio starts. You will have like 1 minute before the audio starts. So it says choose the correct letter, and we understand that it is about the work experience for veterinary science students. So you can read the question first, so you will have a general knowledge about it, and we will pay attention to the distractors. This is the important one. It says, what problem did both Diana and Tim have when arranging their work experience? Okay, they both says. So we can assume that they will have different problems, but they will both experience the same problem. And the question is asking us this one. For example, I'm continuing, and you should read the options too. This is the trickiest part too. So because you will have a short time to read all the questions, so you can just skim them quickly to have a general idea. It says, what problem did both Diana and Tim have when arranging their works experience, making initial contacts with suitable firms, organizing transport to and from the farm, finding a placement for the required length of time? So, in the multiple choice questions, they will probably mention about all these problems. But the important thing is you should select the correct one. So, when you are doing the multiple choice questions, read the questions. What problem did both Diana and Tim have when arranging their works experience? And 22 says, Tim was pleased to be able to help with something. So when you start to heard, then you start to hear this answer. When you started to hear this answer for the answer for this question, you can understand that they have finished talking about their problems. Now they are talking about something else. So keep an eye on both questions. This is very important. Let me see. Keep an eye on the distractor. This is the most important tip that I can give to you. Read the questions again and again. This can be the other one. Yes. When you when you hear a wrong answer, immediately delete it. Like uh like if you are taking the paper-based exam, you can cross out it. Let's say you have missed the answers. Do not worry. Like as I said, cross out the wrong option, cross out the option that you think is wrong. And if you miss an answer, just make an educated guess at the end. What else I can say? I think that's all. Okay, now first I want to do part two questions. First, today I have two audios, one from section 2 and one from section 3. First, we are going to hear it says hmm, it says choose two letters A to E, which two facts are given about the school's extended hours of childcare services. Which two factors are given about the school's extended hours of childcare services? It started recently. More children attend after school than before school. An average of 50 children attend in the mornings. A child cannot attend both the before and after school sessions. The maximum number of children who can attend is 70. Okay, we have that one. We are going to listen to it from the beginning to end, so I should answer that questions too. It says choose the correct letter A, B, or C. How much does the child care cost for a complete afternoon session per child? So it says here complete afternoon session. I'm repeating it. You will most probably hear all of the options here. We should pay attention to distractors and we should pay attention to the details. It says for a complete afternoon session. What does the manager say about food? Children with allergies should bring their own food. Children may bring healthy snacks with them. Children are given a proper meal at 5 p.m. What is the difference? What is different about arrangements in the school holidays? Children from other schools can attend, older children can attend, a greater number of children can attend. So, of course I can. So, first we are going to listen to the audio from beginning to end. You can write your answer from the chat box. Then I will take it beforehand. Then from the transcript, we will look at the questions and I will give the answers of them. So think yourself as if you are in the exam and you are doing part two questions.
Part 2. You will hear the manager of a childcare service at a primary school talking to parents at an open day about the school's childcare service offered before and after school. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
Good afternoon. My name's Mrs. Carter and I run the before and after school extended hours childcare service. I hope you've had a chance to have a good look around the school and talk to staff and pupils. I know that many of you are interested in using our childcare service when your child joins the school, and perhaps you already know something about it. But for those that don't, I'll go through the main details now. We offer childcare for children from the ages of 4 to 11, both before and after school. I know that many parents who work find this service invaluable. You can leave your child with us, safe in the knowledge that they will be extremely well cared for. We are insured to provide care for up to 70 children, although we rarely have this many attending at any one session. I think we generally expect around 50 to 60 children for the afternoon sessions, and about half that number for the breakfast sessions. Although we currently do have 70 children registered with us, not all of these attend every day. It's 10 years since we began offering an extended hours service, and we've come a long way during that time. When we first opened, we only had about 20 children attending regularly. We try to keep our costs as low as we can, and we think we provide very good value for money. For the afternoon sessions, which run from 3:30 until 6 p.m, it's £7.20. But if you prefer, you can pay for 1 hour only, which costs £3.50, or 2 hours, which costs £5.70. The cost of the childcare includes food and snacks. They'll be given breakfast in the morning and in the afternoon, a healthy snack as soon as they finish school. At 5 p.m, children are given something more substantial, such as pasta or a casserole. Please inform us of any allergies that your child might have, and we'll make sure they're offered a suitable alternative. As you may know, the childcare service runs through the school holidays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We offer a really varied and exciting programme to keep the children entertained. We don't want them to feel as if they are still at school. It will also feel different because they'll get the chance to make new friends with children from other schools. Spaces are available for them because a lot of our term time children don't always attend during the holiday. In the past, parents have asked if children over the age of 11 are allowed to come with their younger brothers and sisters, but I'm afraid we're unable to do this because of the type of insurance we have.
Okay, you can write your answers from the chat part. So what do you think for let me see. It says which two facts are given about the school's extended hours of childcare services? In our audio, it says we are insured to provide care up to 7 children. So one of them is the maximum number of children who can attend is 70. And it says, although we rarely have this many attending at any one session, I think we generally expect around 50-60 children for afternoon sessions and about half that number for the breakfast sessions. So it means they are going to use lots of paraphrasing and lots of synonyms. And here they are talking about more children attend after school than before school. So my answers are B and E. I can write them in any order. I can write 11E and 12B. It doesn't matter. Okay, there. Continuing, how much does the child care cost for a complete afternoon session per child? We heard all of the options. In here it says for the afternoon session, which run from 3:30 until 6 p.m., it is 720. But if you prefer, you can pay for 1 hour only, which costs 350, and 2 hours, which costs 570. So there are lots of distractors. Very good. There are lots of distractors, but we should pay attention to the correct answer. So this comes from the small details. Pay attention to the question. What does the manager say about food? She says, include food and snacks. They will be given breakfast a healthy snack as soon as they finish school, and at 5 p.m., children are given something more substantial. Substantial means like the substantial teacher, a teacher that comes for the real teacher. So, like, it is like a real food such as pasta or carousel. Please inform us about the allergies so we can offer a suitable alternative. No, no, it says children are given a proper meal at 5 p.m. So it is C. Very good. What is different about arrangements in the school holidays? We heard about the older children. We heard about the a greater. Let me see. Mm, It will also feel different because they will get the chance to make new friends with children from other schools and spaces are available for them because lots of our term time children don't always attend during the holiday. In the past, parents ask about the older children, but I'm afraid we are unable to do it. So my answer is A. Children from other schools can attend. So how many correct answer do you have? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How many correct answer do you have out of 5 questions? What did I do? Four out of five, 5 out of 5. These are good numbers. Very good. Nice. It is good to hear that. Which one did you miss? First 1 p.m. I know because that was like yes, lots of paraphrasing. Because it doesn't directly says like yes. Yes, it was lots of paraphrasing. You are right. Okay, still very good. Let's continue with another one. It says choose the correct letter A, B, or C. Work experience for veterinary studies students. As I said, it is asking for both Diana and team making initial contact with suitable forms, and it is from part 3, so I expect more synonyms and more paraphrasing for the section 3. Making initial contact with suitable farms, organizing transport to and from the farm, finding a placement for the required length of time. 22. Tim was pleased to be able to help a lamb that had a broken leg, a sheep that was having difficulty giving birth, a newly born lamb that was having trouble feeding. Diana says the sheep on her farm were various different varieties, were of various, and were mainly reared for their meat, had better quality wool than sheep on the hills. 24. What did the students learn about the adding supplements to the chicken feed? They should only be given if specially needed. It is worth paying extra for the most effective ones. The amount given at one time should be limited. 25. What happened when Diana was working with dairy cows? She identified some cows incorrectly. She accidentally threw some milk away. She made a mistake when storing milk. 26. What did both farmers mention about vets and farming? Vets are failing to cope with some aspects of animal health. There needs to be a fundamental change in the training of vets, and some jobs could be done by the farmer rather than by a vet. Oops. Uh, let's keep the chat part for the questions related to the lesson. And please try to speak in English. It is good for your English level too. Okay, if you are ready, let's start.
Part 3. You will hear two veterinary science students called Diana and Tim discussing their work placements and their course modules. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 26. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 26.
So, Tim, we have to do a short summary of our work experience on a farm.
Right. My farm was great, but arranging the work experience was hard. One problem was it was miles away and I don't drive. And also, I'd really wanted a placement for a month, but I could only get one for 2 weeks.
I was lucky. The farmer let me stay on the farm, so I didn't have to travel. But finding the right sort of farm to apply to wasn't easy.
No, they don't seem to have websites, do they? I found mine through a friend of my mother's, but it wasn't easy.
No.
My farm was mostly livestock, especially sheep. I really enjoyed helping out with them. I was up most of one night helping a sheep deliver a lamb.
On your own?
No, the farmer was there, and he told me what to do. It wasn't a straightforward birth, but I managed. It was a great feeling to see the lamb stagger to its feet and start feeding almost straight away, and to know that it was okay. Then another time, a lamb had broken its leg, and they got the vet in to set it, and he talked me through what he was doing. That was really useful.
Yes, my farm had sheep too. The farm was in a valley, and they had a lowland breed called Suffolks, although the farmer said they'd had other breeds in the past.
So, were they bred for their meat?
Mostly, yes. They're quite big and solid.
My farm was up in the hills, and they had a different breed of sheep. They were Cheviots.
Oh, I heard their wool's really sought after.
Yes, it's very hard wearing, and they use it for carpets.
Right.
I was interested in the amount of supplements they add to animals' feed nowadays. Like, even the chickens got extra vitamins and electrolytes in their feed.
Yes, I found that too. And they're not cheap. But my farmer said some are overpriced for what they are, and he didn't give them as a matter of routine, just at times when the chickens seemed to particularly require them.
Yes, mine said the same. He said certain breeds of chickens might need more supplements than the others, but the cheap and expensive ones are all basically the same. So, did your farm have any other livestock, Diana?
Yes, dairy cows. Oh, I made a really embarrassing mistake when I was working in the milk shed. Some cows had been treated with antibiotics, so their milk wasn't suitable for human consumption, and it had to be put in a separate container. But I got mixed up, and I poured some milk from the wrong cow in with the milk for humans, so the whole lot had to be thrown away. The farmer wasn't too happy with me.
I asked my farmer how much he depended on the vet to deal with health problems. I'd read reports that the livestock's health is being affected as farmers are under pressure to increase production. Well, he didn't agree with that, but he said that actually some of the stuff the vets do, like minor operations, he'd be quite capable of doing himself.
Yeah, my farmer said the same, but he reckons vet skills are still needed.
Okay, what do you think? Was it easy? Was it difficult? I assume that because this is like passage section 3 questions, it can be a little bit more difficult. Okay, let's look at the questions one by one. 21. What problem both Diana and Tim have when arranging their work experience, making initial contact with suitable firms, organizing transfer to and from the firm, finding a placement for the required length of time? We can see the farm was great, but arranging the work experience was hard. One problem was it was miles away and I don't drive. So this is Tim's problem. Hmm. And also I really wanted a placement for a month, but I could only get for 2 weeks. So Tim had all of these problems. He had three problems: making initial contact, organizing transport, and finding a placement. Let's see the Diana's condition. I was lucky, the farmer let me stay on the farm, so no placement issues, and I didn't have to travel, so no driving issues, but finding the right sort of farm to apply wasn't easy. So, they have a common problem making initial contact with suitable farms. So 21 is A. Tim was pleased to be able to help. My farm was mostly livestock, especially sheep. I really enjoyed helping out with them. I was up I was up most of one night helping a sheep deliver a lamb. On your own? No, the farmer was there and he told me blah blah. I managed. It wasn't a straightforward. Then another time a lamb had broken its leg and they got the vet it to set it. He told me through he was doing that was really useful. So he didn't help the lamb that had broken its leg. They called a vet for it, but where was it? He helped a sheep that was having difficulty giving birth. So 22 is B. Diana says the sheep on her farm. Yes, my farm had sheep too. The farm was in a valley and they had a lowland breed called Suffolks, although the farmer said they had other breeds in the past. So they bred for their meat. Mostly, yes, they are quite big and solid. So we can understand from it. Yes. Diana says the sheep on her farm were mainly reared for their meat. So 23 is B. 24. What did the students learn about adding supplements to chicken feed? By the way, we see that farmers said they had been other breeds in the past. Maybe you can assume that 24 is you can assume that 23 is A, but no, actually, it doesn't say there were various different types. It says that maybe once there were like one kind of cow, then it has finished, then a new variety of cow came, blah blah blah. So it came like one by one, but in here it says different things, but it says they were mainly reared for their meat. 24. What did the students learn about adding supplements to the chicken feed? Let's see. in here for the previous question, they are talking about the wool, but it is about the Tim's place. Tim says, I was interested, animals' feet, even chickens. And Diana says, yes, I found that too. They were not cheap, but the farmer says some are overpriced for what they are. And he didn't give them as a matter of routine, just as times when the chickens seemed to particularly require them. Tim says, yes, mine said the same. He said certain breeds of chickens might need more supplements than other, but the cheap and expensive ones are basically the same. And Diana says, What did the students learn about adding supplements to chicken feed? We don't know. Teams one say the other thing. The amount given one time should be limited. We don't know that one, but we know that it should be A. This should only be given if specially needed. So 24 is A. Let's look at 25. Come on. What happened when Diana was working with dairy cows? So, did your farm have any other livestock, Diana? Yes, I made something. Some cows have been treated with antibiotics, so their milk wasn't suitable for human consumption, and it had to be put in a separate container. But I got mixed up, and I poured some milk from the wrong cow in with the milk for humans. So the whole lot had to be thrown away. The farmer wasn't too happy with me. Yes, it is C. There is lots of paraphrasing, storing, putting in a container, different container, blah blah. It is all about the storing the milk. So she made a mistake when storing the milk, and it is C. '26. What did both farmers mention about vets and farming? The last one. I asked my farmer how much he depended on the vet to deal with with health problems. I have read reports that the livestock's health is being affected as farmers are under pressure to increase the production. Well, he didn't agree with that, but he said actually some of the stuff the vets do, like minor operation, he will be quite capable of doing himself. Diana says, yeah, my farmer said the same, but reckons vet skills are still needed. In here, again, what did both farmers mention about vets and farming? In here, the both is important. So in here it says, Tim's vet didn't say that. We don't know that one, but both Tim's and Diana's farmers said the same thing. Some jobs, like minor operations, could be done by the farmers rather than by a vet. So it makes my answer C. Okay, let me see. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 23, 26. So how many questions did you do correct out of 6 questions? 4 is okay. 5 is good. 5 is very good. Okay, 4 is okay too. Okay, very good. My students, you are doing very good. Now I am going to share a survey with you. If you're new to here, I will be very pleased if you can fill out the form. If you have already filled the form, you don't have to do it again. You can reach it, right? Yes. If you have already done it before, you don't have to do it again. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. But this was the end of this session. We have done one part 2 and one part 3 audio questions. This was very good. Thank you for joining. If you fill out the form and if you agree that you will to do an interview with us, we will support you with an 30 minutes private one-to-one lesson for free. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. I got only 2 because that English pronunciation was difficult to understand for me. You can work on that. You can listen to some podcasts maybe. To get used to the pronunciation because they're speaking slowly actually. This is like the yes, practice makes it perfect. Practice makes perfect. When you have filled out the form, you can leave the classroom. Thank you for joining. In the speaking section, there is no practice exercise. Yes, we will upload more exercises soon. We can upload speaking practices too. Thank you very much for joining too.